What inspired what inspired you to bring your band together?
Well, it might sound strange, but when I was growing up, I should have been doing my homework and doing my O-levels and A-levels. I just kept reading and looking at pictures of the Stones, and I've always been a bit fascinated with them from that period. Not so much now. I don't know. I find them a bit strange now, but. Yeah, so I'm older than you, so when I was growing up, rather than doing my homework, I kept fantasising about this life that the Stones had or whatever. So I've always been a bit fascinated by it, so that's, I suppose, what started it, yeah.
Awesome. So, the Times has referred to you as the nearest thing to the old article. How does this make you feel?
Yeah, if you go off peak, when no one else is doing it.
Wish there were more people saying it.
I mean, the spike I got, it would
Pretty darn awesome, to be honest.
The guy who wrote that article, I swore I'd buy him drinks forever. But he's got his own band.
Oh,
I've just been emailed by his friend who's in love with him for some reason. And basically, after years and years of letting him support us with his own band and stuff, I can't hear it anymore. It's like, and so that article in the Times is slightly tainted by the fact that the guy who wrote it is in a band that he can't himself see as terrible. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, and like the last time he turned up at a gig, I just couldn't believe he was there, and I was just saying, that's the guy, and he's been on telly recently.
Oh,
he's like quite a big journalist, but I don't really think he knows what he's talking about.
Even though he's like complimenting.
Yeah, well, that was lovely. But after since then, it's like, and that was like 10 years ago or something.
Sorry. So, in terms of musicality, what is your all-time favourite Rolling Stones song?
Probably Heart Was Going On.
They'll fill that up.
It's a great one.
Awesome. Something about it.
Yeah, I think it's like the call and response thing, because saw him do it at Glastonbury and it's just like...
Well, I don't know, something about the French horn at the beginning and the acoustic guitar. That's probably my favourite, I suppose. What's your favourite?
Satisfaction. Yeah, it is, because I did this when I was 13. I went to this French holiday camp, and I was like wanted to interact with the French kids, so I was just, and then I ended up in the show, and we did Satisfaction like in the insane, and we had to like dance along to it in front of like loads of parents. I don't know why I got myself into it.
Well, you went to was that in the mountains?
Yeah. Wait, where was it? I can't remember. It was... I can't remember the name. It was ages ago, but...
I went to a camp when I was 13.
Did you?
In France for a month. Yeah, it made quite an impression on me.
I sort of had two, kind of. One would be let's spend the night together. I love that, just for the upbeat thing. And then the other one, sort of, I was really happy you brought it out tonight. Her request was Wild Horses.
I'm amazed we got that, because we quite often don't quite get to that. Always run out of time, but tonight we managed it. So yeah, that's a favourite as well. I like the reggae version.
I like the slowed down pace of it. I don't know. There's just something beautiful.
I think that's one of their best ever songs.
Because the annoying thing is a train.
I should have said that all the time, but I can't always get you.
Oh gosh, let's not drop those. I got them. They get slide off. Anyway, so how do you keep your performances fresh and different each night?
Doing? I've been in another band that does this kind of thing, and in that band the whole motivation for it was comedy and money. In this band, everybody in this band actually likes the music.
Yeah.
So I think that's what, tonight I was very tired, so I think as a general, apart from a few people in this band, everybody kind of has got some connection with the music in a way that it's not just making money. So, I think that's the key.
Do you change the set often?
Not enormously. We tried to change it from last night, and it's tricky. Fran, our singer, is not big on rehearsing. He just does his own sort of thing. So I'd love to rehearse. And we've done like Fall to Fly, we've done Let It Loose, Beast the Bird, and loads of songs, Rock Soft, Bitch. There's loads of songs that we've done that don't, because you can only do 2 hours, and the more obscure ones, it's difficult. So we can get maybe one or two obscure ones in, but there's just so many hits that if you
Yeah.
really like Spend the Night Together, we hardly ever play that one, and that's a massive hit. I mean, we didn't play that tonight, you know, All Over Now, that's their first #1, you know. So,
I mean, you fit in like Route 66, which is like...
yeah, I mean, that was a bit throwaway, I mean, but that show, because that's what started the Stones off, isn't it? Copying Chuck Berry and all that stuff. So the fact that we can do that is it's a show like that. I mean, you could do Around and Around, Carol, you know, what's the other one? There's loads, I mean, that's how they started. You could do a whole 2 hours of just their early stuff if you wanted, but we're not really into that period so much. Some of us are, but
Yeah. You seem to be focused on the 69 to 74.
yeah, that's the best period for me.
Yeah, no, I'd agree.
I'm not particularly bothered about them doing like their new album that's out at the moment. That's really, I mean, to me, it's just like
Their blues cover rock.
It's just pop rock. To me, they're like
That was the album I was talking about. Sorry, yeah.
the new one, Blues and Low.
Yeah.
To me, that's like I've heard it once maybe. And I'm just not particularly interested. I'm far more interested in what they write themselves. You know?
Yeah. Awesome. So, what does an average performance day consist of? So, what do you like? How do you prepare and
I
everything?
try not to do anything else. But where I live, I've got the bus with the van, with all the equipment in the back of the bus. So I just try and just do nothing but get the bus out, roll a load of joints. So my joints are already rolled, and hopefully the bus starts, and that's it. Just wait to go, and then people come.
How long does it take you to like set up once you've got everything unloaded?
But once we got to a gig, about an hour, not long.
Wow.
But we always make a big effort of trying to dress the stage, as you probably know. It's like we always,
Yeah, it's very 70s.
try and make it look a little bit funky or whatever. So no other band seems to do that.
Yeah, that was, I really like that. You really dressed for the part, really just for the
We
scene.
like joss sticks and stuff. Try and make it a bit of an atmosphere.
It's awesome.
Thank you.
So your act seems unique in your attempt to bring Brian and Mick together on stage. What inspired this?
To me, it's like, the Stones, you know, without Brian, it's like, you know, to me, and like, even now with Mick Taylor, like, they used Mick Taylor recently, didn't they, on their tour, and they gave him an acoustic guitar.
Yeah.
Did you go to that exhibition?
I didn't go, I couldn't get tickets.
Well, I went, despite myself, I didn't want to go in. So basically, I just think the Stones nowadays are just a money-grubbing bunch of, you know, I won't say they weren't, but they all just want your money, that's all they want.
Yeah.
You got
That
Mick
kind of
Jagger sort of
disappoints me a bit, you know.
selling out.
And so when I went to see that exhibition, I didn't. Initially, I thought I'm not going to that. Why would I want to go to that? But I went in the end, and it was kind of interesting. But yet again, you know, you come out to the bit where they're selling you all their merchandise, and like a cup is like 30. You know, they're just like, I just think they're money grabbing. You know. What the Stones represented to me as a kid, and what they are now is just such a vast. You know, there's a whole canyon between that. So,
Yeah.
you know, what we do is what I loved as a kid, and what the Stones actually are is not what we do. We don't do anything like, you know. Mind you, having said that now, the Stones themselves seem to do a lot more of their hits, you know. When we started out, like we've been going quite a long time now, over 20 years. haven't we?
Wow.
Not quite 20 years, 1999 is when we first gigged, so it's coming up to 20 years, isn't it, soon?
That's impressive.
And yeah, I mean, you know, they do this, and if you were lucky enough for them to do like one of their songs that you wanted them to play, they do it in a quite a bad way, you know, they wouldn't really do it. So now they seem to be a bit more sort of like, you know, here's the hits, we ain't going to bother you with so much of our new album or whatever, you know.
I had a friend whose dad worked for the BBC. His one job during Glastonbury in 2013 was to edit the wrinkles out of Mick Jagger's face. That was his one job, was to make Mick Jagger look younger, at Mick Jagger's request. No.
That's what I mean, see.
You talk about like Mick Jagger accepting a knighthood and stuff. It's like, I mean,
Oh no, exactly, that's what I mean, exactly. That's what I mean, there's a bit of...
like I wouldn't turn it down, but you know, it's sort of like, it is a bit.
Yeah, but considering what he was, I'm not
Yeah.
saying he should have toned it down, but I'm not, you know. Just
I mean, I find it funny. This always seems to be the bass players who walk away, like John Deacon from Queen, like walked after Freddie Mercury died. He just completely like cut himself off. He's like, no, don't want to do it anymore. Same with
Boom probably made enough money.
Same with Bill Wyman, just like, nope, not doing it anymore. Went out for the one gig. He's like, they asked him if he wanted to go on tour again. He's like, nope, I'm done.
Yeah,
I don't think they're very nice people on the Stones. What a lean. They're not very, you know, nice. The whole thing's a business. It's not.
Yeah, and it's quite rare to find bands these days who actually are into the music. All they want to do is perform rather than. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Is that it?
Literally, thank you so much. I'll if you give me your email address, I can send you back my article or something. And
I'll give you
awesome, thank you.
you can send it to the website.
Yeah, I can do that.
My email, my own email is MICH